Good morning, party people. There seems to have been a disturbance in the force. Un momento. Okay, here we are. Oh, okay. Are we on the right screen? 1, 2, 1. Okay. Hello, good morning, party people. It's me. I'm here. I'm in Utah. No, I'm not in Utah. Jenny's in Utah. Oh, my goodness. Coffee is required. Good morning, Linda. Hi, Jenny. Hi, Becky. Good morning. Hi, Gwen. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh my goodness. So things and stuff are happening today. I have a meeting. I don't know what is going on with this. Computer's acting up. It was hot yesterday. Things and stuff. I don't know. Let's do like that. Okay, here we are. Good morning. So, we have project number 2 to work on today. It's the easiest project ever in life, which is great because today needs an easy project. It is, what day is it? Thursday? It is Thursday. I didn't turn my lights on today because I don't know if I'm going to be able to use them. Let me try. I hope you all are having a wonderful, spectacular, amazing day this morning on a Thursday. I don't really have anything else to... Do I have things to report for updates? I'm going to the store today. I have a meeting. Shannon will be here. That's pretty much all, I think. I think that's pretty much it. Good morning, Randee and Thunder Chatters. Good morning. All right, what's going on? I hope everything is going okay because my computer's acting kind of strange. But anywho, we are going to move on to project number 2, which is just this guy. That's the easiest project ever in life. Easy peasy. If you were here yesterday, I opened the dollar bead box at 3 o'clock. Gotta find my beads here. The dollar bead box at 3 o'clock yesterday is what we did. Where is it? What's going on here? It's just a day, I guess. I guess it's just a day. Oh, there it is. It's so teeny, I couldn't even find it. That's just teeny. That's just this little guy. Good morning. I've been doing yard work and got sunburned. Oh no. Yeah, Jeff did a little yard work yesterday. I'm probably going to end up doing yard work this weekend. So that's kind of my plan for that. I edited my video this morning. I know I said I was going to edit it yesterday, but I don't remember what happened. I got busy doing something. I didn't get it edited. So I did that today. So that'll be coming out like 2 o'clock this afternoon. That is for Bargain Bead Box. Just all the things and stuff per usual. It's kind of weird when you're like making your way back from the weekend or whatever. For me, because I'm just like, what is happening? There's just a lot of stuff. There's just a lot of stuff you gotta do. Just waiting for the weekend to cool down. Well, yesterday here was like the first really warm day. I'm not going to use a jump ring on this. I'm going to back it up. Back it up. There we go. And it was like the first warm day, and I don't know what happened, but it was like 80 degrees. It was like 82 degrees. And so whatever, right? And then, but the house got so hot, and I had all the windows open and like the fan on and everything, and it just would not cool down. It was so hot last night. Sleep was horrendous. And I'm just like, okay, here we are. So I was gonna turn the air on, but then it's supposed to be 40 like tomorrow. So I'm like, no, that's not a good idea. So you know, it's just all the things. That's fine. I will go today and I will get inspired. I'm excited about today. I am excited about today. Oh yeah. Is it gonna fit over that? Maybe. No. Doesn't fit. And then, then this morning I woke up and got lotion in my eye. I was putting lotion on my face and I was just, just slapping it on there, just how you do. And, I was like, oh no! So I started flushing my eye out with Jeff's eye solution, whatever. And it was not good. I can still feel residual effects from that. So then my eyeball was all crazy and my face was all crazy. So then I put on a little dab of Rare Beauty foundation, but instead of using it as foundation, I just kind of use it as like under my eye stuff. I don't like to put stuff under my eyes because then I just look like warmed up death. I don't know why. But anyway, so I did that. Now my eyes feel like really heavy because I'm allergic to everything. I don't know if you guys know that. So I can't really wear foundation. A lot of the foundations have SPF in them, like sunscreen. And that is like horrendous for me. It just like, I get all sniffly. I kind of feel like the Rare Beauty one must have a little bit of stuff in it because I feel sniffly and my eyes are like heavy. It like makes me tired and like, cause my eyes are working so hard to stay awake because they're like agitated. That's a problem. So I don't really care for that. I'm gonna put an extender on here. This one's wonky. So I got that going on. Lovely things. And then, the turn of the seasons, spring and whatnot. So the grass is coming back and everything's turning over, so it's gonna get wonky. But I took my allergy medicine today. That's all I can do. I take it every day, but I made sure to take it today. Okie doke. Are we good to go? Yeah. And just like that, we are done. So there she is. If you were not aware, because I just started making this is all stainless steel chain and whatnot, and stainless steel pendant that has been etched with the daisy, which is the April flowers. This was kind of like the birth flower was the kind of the symbol for this box. And this is the same symbol that's on our card that we sent out, which is very cool. It's hard to see in this light because it's so shiny, but it's very simple and cute. So if you know anybody who has an April birthday, this should probably actually be white or clear because it is diamonds. And ooh, if you had a Herkimer diamond rolling around, that would be wonderful. I probably do downstairs somewhere. But anyway, I just like that one because it was red. And I was like, oh, that's cute. Let's give her a little try on. What are we making? Hi, Brooke. Good morning. It's finally spring. Yeah, it is finally spring. It's gonna go back to not being spring though, here momentarily. For us. Okay, here we just got everything's just coming undone here. Yeah, cute. This is little and cute. Then I put the extenders, so if you have like this shirt problem, you can bring it down a little bit. But yeah, super cute. Stainless steel is less likely to tarnish and do all the things, so love that for us. Easy peasy. Sometimes you just need a little easy peasy in your life. I don't know. Actually, I prefer easy peasy most of the time. Hey, today is Bonnie's birthday. Well, Bonnie, did you get the box? You could have the April birth flower doings. Ooh. Everybody says, happy birthday, Bonnie. I should probably brush my hair. It's kind of wild. I didn't. After the whole eye thing, I was just like, no, I'm out. I was like, no, I'm out. It normally doesn't look like this when I don't brush it because it just sticks straight, but I fell asleep with hair tie all crumpled up after my shower, so it got like kind of funky looking. Kind of funky business going on. Thank you so much. Yeah, I hope you have a lovely birthday. Good morning. It's finally spring, which means I had to break out the allergy medicine. Yeah, I had to break out the allergy medicine too. So there we go. That's all we're making today. That's project 2. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Happy birthday. Here's our design. What's the next one? Oh yeah, the next one is stick people. That'll be tomorrow's project. Stick people. Oh, you guys. Yep. That was my trash can. My little trash can that I keep on my desk. It just went all over the floor. It's Hangman. Yeah. So me and Shannon yesterday we were getting ready for the sale on Monday, and so we got a lot of cool stuff for the sale. We got that done, so I'll have to get that out there. And I got some videos to make for Bargain Bead Box, and gotta go to the store. Yeah, so that's what I got going on. I gotta go pick up my friend Savannah and take her someplace. And just like all the things, I don't know. And then yesterday I was downstairs looking at my, so I have these totes. When I say totes, I mean like these great big blue buckets full of beads, like that you get from the Dollar Tree. They're like this. And I'm just like, okay, we have to do something. I have to do something with these totes of beads that I have. And they're like awesome beads. They're like beads that I got at Taylor's Falls that I want to like do stuff with. But I have so much stuff going on, and then it's like all in these totes. I'm like, okay, I gotta try to like organize this stuff. So I'm gonna maybe try to organize that today when I get home if I have time, because I have this little it's like actually for paper. It's for like scrapbook paper, and they have those little like they're just big and empty, and you just shut them. They're like 12 by 12, but it's like a little stand, and so you can fit like 4 or 5 of them in there. And I was like, maybe what I should do is I should just, because I don't want to break my strands, but I'm like, maybe I should just like organize them like African trade beads, whatever else. Most of them are probably African trade beads. Stone, like African trade beads and then stone, and I don't even know what else was in there. I have to look. Findings? I have no idea. So I'm maybe going to look at that. But today at the meeting, we're going to discuss this book. Well, not this book, but like things in this book. Kinda. So I'm excited. Oh, hey. Hold on, I gotta zoom out. Yeah, so I'm kind of just a mess. I kind of have a lot of things going, and it's like too many things, and I'm like, okay, I just gotta get it together. Okay, so this right here, the faceted carnelian, so we sold these. Actually, I don't know if they were still on the site or not. I don't think they are. I think we sold them. Anyways, Idar Augustine. So this, we did like a whole deep dive on this, I remember. I was just like flipping and I seen this. Because there was like a thing where people, so back in the day, like carnelian was like a big thing. And then they ran out in Germany. And there was like the war and all these things were going on. So they started substituting with agates, and then they just lied. Do you guys remember this whole deep dive that we did? And then we sold agates. I mean, they were old and they were like cut in the same like doings and everything, even in the same facilities in Germany, but they were not carnelian, they were agate, like just straight up lying. And they were importing them from other countries. It was very strange. Anyways, I digress. So I'm excited because I'm gonna get to go see some of these like really old, hey, here's a little map. I like a map. I get to go see some of these like really old like museum quality stuff today, which is great. And I'm super excited about it. So I can't even think about anything else. I'm just like, okay, I'll see you all later. I'm like, I know we got things and stuff to do, but the beads are calling. Egyptian glazed ceramic. Those are always very cool. Ethiopian gold and silver. We sell that a lot on Thunderhorse Descendant. Ethiopian, usually the silver, not really the brass color. I don't know if that's more accessible. I have never seen Kenyan ostrich eggshell discs, unless I did not know they were ostrich eggshells. Here's the bone beads. We sell a lot of those. Yeah, those are from Kenya. So we talked about the process of making of the bone beads all the time. So basically, like, these are bone, animal bone, and then they cover them in mud to make the design. So like the white part is mud, and then they start a fire and they put them in they bury them in the ashes of the fire and they let them burn. And then after the fire burns out, then they take the mud off, and then you get this. Then they clean them. Super cool. What else we got? The Central African Republic. Is that even a thing? What year is this? Hold on, I gotta look. I have to know. 1997. Questionable. Mediterranean ebony and silver inlay. We've sold those before. So those are coming out of not where we get them. They don't come out of here. Where is this pointing? Mauritania? Ghana powder glass. We sell those a lot. Actually, somebody just asked me for some of those. We had a whole bunch of them. So here's Ghana, if you're wondering. They sell a lot of powder glass. South Africa. I have never seen these in real life. These like, not like the, like I've seen fake ones. These like clay looking guys. But I've never seen like the real, you know what I mean? So it's kind of fun. Morocco. These I have seen similar. I don't know if they're from Morocco. Most likely the ones that I've seen were probably from Ethiopia. But these are like inlay beads, which are very cool. So as it turns out, I actually know a significant, I wouldn't say significant, I know more about African beads than I do, say, about like Czech Republic beads or like anything like that. So I've been trying to like ancient and modern Egypt. Yes, please. I've been trying to like learn more about like Czech Republic, Germany beads, like over there, like all that stuff. In the Europe glass. I have a book on Europe glass, which I've had for a long time, but it's kind of confusing to me because it's like when you try to follow the beads, everything gets a little bit jumbled up because of all the trade. So it's like talking about like European beads, but from Africa. I'm like, okay, so the beads got traded with Africa. So they're from Europe, but they're African. And then it's like also, what were those ones called? The Russian blues, which were supposedly from Russia, that were traded in Alaska, and then Alaska traded them with like the settlers. And they were called Russian blues, but they were actually I think they were Russian, but they were found mostly in Alaska, which is strange. But that's mostly because back in the day in Russia, well, still probably, like everybody wore fur, like hats and like the coats, and like the fur was a big thing. And so they basically almost like extinguished all of their small animals for hides. And so they then were making these Russian blue glass beads and trading them with the natives in Alaska for pelts. And that's how they got there. Because they didn't have any little animals left. Anywho, so I'm excited. I'm going to go and I have a little meeting with some people today about this type of stuff, and so I'm super excited about it. Ethiopian necklaces of silver and glass. We've sold these before. It's also fun to kind of figure out like what you want to sell. You know what I mean? Like what I want to sell on the website. Most of the time it just ends up being like African trade. But like I said, I'm trying to branch out. At the very least, I'm just trying to learn things. Cowrie shells are always very cool. I ran into a gal the other day and we were having a conversation. Oh yeah, here's the bone beads. Oh, and ostrich shell. Good morning. Some of the most spectacular modern beads to be found in Africa. Most of these are made in Kenya. They are mostly made from the bones of cattle and ox, and are dense enough to make these beads. We're talking about the new process versus the old process. So the new process is to use wax instead of mud. So we're using wax to create patterns on the bone beads after they've been bleached and lottie-dottie. And then they're heated, and they're heating up vats of black dye to expose the parts and stain them instead of using fire. So that's a new process, but not in all parts of Kenya. So I have had these where like they use the larger bone, and then they create, like, they put a piece of wood inside the bone to make it a bead. So like this. And that's always kind of interesting, because if you remove that part, then you have a large hole bead. I got some of those from you. Hi, Danielle. Yeah. Here's what a lot of people are after. Ghana's recycled glass beads. So we had a whole bunch of these that we sold. Some people just asking me for more of these. They were super cheap, by the way. The price on these depends on how old they are. What we consider to be old is what Jeff considers to be old at the Taylor's Falls Bead Store, which is anything that is less than 150 years old is new. Meaning like in new production. 150 years to like 250 years old is like vintage, and then anything after 200 to 250 years is considered old. That's how we kind of gauge things. It just helps for communication is all. That has nothing to do with anybody else, just us. But these are new. So these are recycled powder glass beads, which I'm sure you guys know about. So they just like take all the glass, grind it up. Oh, here's the picture. Take all the glass, like glass bottles, different glass things, and they grind it up. And they use these little molds, and then they fire them to create powder glass. Oh, I thought there was going to be more, but they didn't have any more. And so that is very cool. Something similar to this looking bead. This is a powder glass bead, but it kind of resembles a bead from like a Roman glass bead, but which are very different though. But don't have to be. Like Roman glass is glass that was found in the bottom of the ocean, generally on the Silk Road, which was a trade route back in the 1800s and stuff. And so basically it's like sea glass that's at the bottom of the ocean on that particular route, right? It is possible that a powder glass bead from Africa could have fallen and became a Roman glass bead from that era. But I mean, it's not unlikely because African trade was a big thing back in the day. Lost wax method. I have never heard of that. Oh, I'm sorry. I was going to tell you guys. Bonnie says she's vintage. My friend Tom, he always says he's vintage too. Anyways, having this conversation with this gal anyway, and she's talking about like Native American seed beads, and she was like, "Oh, Native American beads," and I was like, "Actually, that's not accurate." And we had a whole conversation about it, but like that's not accurate. Native Americans did not make glass seed beads. A lot of people don't know that. Here's another map. Oh, now we're into India. Like India. Lost wax is also used in metal work. Yeah, I had not heard of that. I'm going to have to give that a question. I'm kind of researching for this meeting that I have today. All right, where are we at? We're at India? Okay. So I like India bead making. Like, did you know in India they have like towns of just bead making? Like that's all they do. Like the whole town just does that. It's a crazy town. Alrighty, we've sold these ones. These glass beads, India glass. A lot of people are familiar with India glass. Some of it so there's your thing. India glass, some of it is in new production, right? Less than 150 years old. Some of it is old, more than 250 years old, right? And some of it is vintage. Some techniques for native beading seem adapt from work with porcupine quills. Yeah, most of the Native American beads, not that Native Americans didn't make beads, they just didn't make glass beads. So most of the beads were like shell and bone and like most tribal stuff. You know what I mean? I think the very first, I won't swear to this, but like it was some kind of shell, like seashell or something. I think there was a discovery of that. I don't remember the whole gist on everything, so I'm not gonna say it. But it was like a shell bead. There was a lot of shell beads, and that's why like Hishi beads and stuff like that are a big thing. Bone, animal bone, you know, and that also speaks to the culture. Kind of same thing with like different countries, like the tribal countries, or the tribal bead doings are going to be mostly bone and stuff based on well, maybe not in India, but like Africa and Native American, because it is considered based on the religion, moral story, or the spirituality of the country. Because like in Native American culture, if you don't use the entirety of the animal, it's considered disrespectful because that animal gave up their life to sustain you, meaning everything, like meat, hide, bone, all of it. So if they didn't use it, they, you know, that was against spiritual situations. So that's how you get a lot of that. But like India, how they have there with the what is it? The cows are sacred. They probably don't have bone beads because that would be inappropriate, right? Let's see. We have ceramic, glass, shell, wood, glass. These are bone, but they're from China. These are bone. These ones are bone. It says juniper. That is India. But it doesn't say what kind of bone it is. Pakistan, lapis, Pakistani silver, carved carnelian ceramic. Yeah, so like, I don't know what the deal is with this one, but like everything else, there's no bone. I mean, unless it's a bone of a different like animal, but that's like culturally appropriate. You know what I mean? So those things are also things to consider. The first glass seed beads were made in India. Then Venice started making them as trade products. Yeah, I wish I had that article still. I thought at one point I had showed an article, I'm sure I have it somewhere, of a guy in, actually I think it was Germany. Not bad. I think it was Germany anyways. And they were showing how they were actually cutting these back in the day, like back in the day, like old, like back in the day. And they had created these humongous wheels, and like people would lay under these humongous wheels and like cut the stones basically. It was so crazy town. But then the war caused problems because people were like, in the war they were like raiding towns, and they would like tear apart everything, like set fire and all that, and then they would lose all of their like equipment and things, but they were using it for trade to fund the war, which was also a very interesting thing. It's so crazy to think that beads are funding wars and like supporting towns in India and like you know, it's crazy town. My birthday was on the 11th. Happy birthday! Indian glass beads. Glass bead making in India has been a huge industry for thousands of years. Most Indian glass beads are blown, drawn, or wound. The latter are wound in furnaces, furnace wound. That's another thing, furnace glass versus lamp work. I have been trying. Our Jeff from Taylor's Falls, he does glass work and stuff like that, and he has, like, that's how he kind of built his whole thing. And I told him, like, I'm trying so hard to get into the glass thing, not to make them, just to know about it, and I'm struggling so bad, like, I don't understand any of that. And he was like, well, we'll talk about it. I remember we looked at this book. He said, oh, this is my kind of guy. There he is in flip-flops with this big, long, like, molten glass stretched out with no pants on. I was like, oh, that seems dangerous. Bye. Hi, Rosanna. Prayer beads. Are these those nuts? I have a whole bunch of these. What are these called? The earliest known use of prayer beads was on the status of the Hindu sage from the 3rd century BC. The main Hindu sect of modern times are the followers of Shiva, who use beads made of, oh, yeah, Amber talked to me about this. Radashka nuts, I'm probably not saying that right. And the followers who carried these beads made from the sacred basils or tulsis plant. Other prayer beads were Buddhism, Asian, China, Japan, and Tibet. Yeah, because I had a bunch of these. I got them. Somebody gave them to me in a box, and they were just like, I was like, I think that these are like expensive. Are you sure you want to give these away? And they were like, yeah, we don't like them or whatever. And I knew that they were, I thought they were those one, what are those, name of those one prayer nuts that start with a J? It's a different one anyways. And I was like, it's like a plant or a nut or a seed or something. Anyway, so I took them to Amber and I was like, hey, isn't this a thing? And she was like, yeah, she was telling me about it. And I think I gave some away as free gifts a couple weeks ago. You are all young pups. Bonnie has turned the big 83 today. Go, Bonnie. It's your birthday. For reals. Oh, yeah. Bone and horn beads from Delhi. Bonnie, some refer to us as leveling up. Oh. I keep missing your show since I'm in Arizona and I forget that it's different time at home. That's okay, Rosanna. We hope you're having a lovely time with your sister. Bone bead belts. We're just doing a little research here. That's all we're doing. The Indian subcontinent. This looks like a weaving? Is this weaving or looming? Looming. Made of horn beads. Tribal Tibetan dealer who travels frequently to Nagala and knows the people well. This necklace is made up of 42 strands strung in pairs and has a woven and beaded end section with a button type fastening. Weaving into the end strands, meaning that the necklace lies flat, but does not have to be elaborate or extensive as on the genuine piece. This necklace lies close to the neck, almost like a choker, so you may prefer a length of strands to create a different look. Oh. This is what they're talking about. So these are all horn beads, these ones. We are having a pretty good time. I'm going to play mini golf. Oh, that sounds fun. Juniper, that's India. Where's that Pakistan? No, it's India. Ceramic beads from Varanasi? What? I have never even heard of this place. Ceramic. Ceramic being like clay and then fired. Yeah. Tibet. Turquoise, amber, and Z beads. Oh, okay. That's what they're talking about. I've seen these I don't think that they are genuine. I think that they were like a new production of what was this, if you guys know what I mean. So it's like a replica almost. But they're selling them, and so it has a turquoise in a coral and amber. Like they have, I don't know how that works, but like it's like amber and coral and then a turquoise inside of it. So I've seen this like the replica of this, but I've never seen it in real life. Apparently that is a Tibetan thing. Necklaces of antique Tibetan turquoise. This is Tibetan turquoise. This necklace has been assembled from a section of old Tibetan turquoise pieces separated by silver beads. The 17 pieces exhibit many different tones of green and blue, illustrating the varieties of colors and range in the matrix. Traditionally, greener stones are more highly esteemed. Tibetans believe that turquoise and coral offer protection from evil, and that to bring good luck to the jewelry wearer should be constructed from an uneven number of stones. The necklace is simple to make, and the same method can be used with other stones. Okay, so I didn't know that. I guess, so they're saying turquoise from Tibet. So turquoise from Tibet, in Tibetan culture, the greener the turquoise is, the more highly sought after, versus how in America we have more of like the bluish turquoise, you know what I mean? But like the greener parts are supposed to be worth more and be more highly esteemed when they're from Tibet. And then the turquoise and coral offer protection from evil and to bring good luck to the jewelry wearer, as long as it is constructed in an uneven number of stones. So I assume that to mean like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, not including the centerfocal. So that's pretty cool. You'll learn something every day. Lapis from Afghanistan. Oh, we have a lot of lapis. By the way, on Monday, we have a lot of lapis from Afghanistan that we're going to be selling. And they're pretty much just like string them up necklaces where they come in like little, I mean, they're bead strands, but they're like already like ready to string, and they're old. So I'm super excited about that. They're going to be $24 a strand, but they're totally worth it. Ooh la la. Yeah, I have those on Monday. It kind of looks like this, where they already have like little, and then they have like the little pieces already in there, just like the strand part, and then all I gotta do is string it. Some of them have pendants and some of them don't. Or like a focal. Lapis lazuli, the rich blue stone with golden flecks, has been highly prized since the Neolithic times. Examples have been found in Egypt from 3000 BC and Central Asia and Pakistan as early as 65 BC. Lapis is mined in the Badakhshan district of Afghanistan and in the mountainous Hindu Kush near the border of Pakistan. It ranges in color from deep, rich purple blue to greenish blue, often flecked with golden specks of iron pyrite. It contains many minerals, chiefly lazurite, which gives its blue color. The name comes from a Parisian word, lashword, meaning the sky or anything that is blue. The remote mines are difficult to reach, and there's a fascinating tale from the 1930s Russian expedition sent to find a source of lapis. The explorers told of a different journey in altitude with suddenly coming upon a glacier covered with white marble, rubble containing veins and nests of lapis in bright blue, pale blue, and dark blue, and violet. Afghanistan, with its red tape bureaucracy, threatened the rebels and the government troops. It is a dangerous place at any time, but now there is an even greater danger. During the Afghan War of the 1980s, Russian troops flying helicopters dropped millions of butterfly mines? What's a butterfly mine? Over the trails and passed in the area. The pack horses and donkeys used to carry the lapis, and their drivers can unwittingly step into murderous mines and are blown to pieces. Even so, the journey to the mines, unique in the world and all of history, is a profitable one. The route winds over icy rivers, snowbound passes, and minefields, all in a high altitude. The final half mile is straight up to the entrance of the mine, high up in the mountainside. The entrance leads down to a small path into a series of open chambers deep in the mountain. The miners chisel and hammer away at the cave walls. From this seam came every piece, every inch, every tiny morsel of lapis throughout history. Dynamite is now used to loosen the rock, followed by the more low-tech technique of chisel and hammering. Finally, the lumps of stone, growing pure and perfect and blue, are put into sacks and carried down the slope on horses and donkeys awaiting far below. Buying and selling takes place in the city of Peshawar in Pakistan, but only in the morning when the sun best shows the intensity of the colors. The dealers meet in a large room in complete silence under long sleeves of traditional Salwar kameez, which is, I guess, clothing. A purchaser grasps the dealer's finger and in a complicated series of signals establishes a price without anyone in the room knowing the result. The seam is the finest in the world. It runs north into Russia, where some lapis is also found, and there is very inferior deposits in Chile. The danger is that after thousands of years, there is only about 30 years worth left of lapis in Afghanistan if it continues to be extracted at the current rate. Whoa. Yeah, these are the ones we have. Pretty much. That's what they look like on the strand that we're going to sell Monday. So is that not the craziest thing you've ever heard? I did not know that. Okay, so backing it up, I'm not the strongest reader, but backing it up, basically what they're saying is there's one vein in Afghanistan that has produced pretty much they said 100% in all of history, according to this book. They said that it has produced all of the lapis in history in the world. And there's this vein that goes down to Chile, and they said that, but it's not as good down there, and that's just like the craziest thing. So they do all this to get up there and get it, and then they bring it down, and they make these like secret room morning agreements where nobody says anything, so nobody knows the price of how much they're getting. That's insane. Love that. Ooh, another map. I love a good map. Sorry if I'm boring you guys this morning. What is this? Oh, it's China. Wait. It's east. I get a little confused when we get over to China because we got a lot of we got Australia, Indonesia, Japan, the Koreas, China, and then Russia? No, not Russia. What is this? This is China still? This is Cambodia. This is not an updated map. Okay. So carved jade, carved bone, decorative blown glass, a lot of seashells. Is this considered like the I get a little confused on like what they consider to be like Parisian and like the islanders. I don't know if this is like the area. I gotta do some more research on that. Jade pendants, Chinese jade. We just talked about jade the other day. the Chinese jade, the new jade, the old jade, cloisonne necklaces, which are also very cool. What is this guy doing? Cultured pearls are grown in various places around the world. This is a farm on a small island in Thailand. The farmers work in sort of an open oyster shells where blister pearls have been formed on the inside of the shells. Pearls will be cut off the shell and then used in items of jewelry such as flat earrings and brooches. Okay, but can you guys see this picture? It's probably not very good. Crazy, right? Anywho, there's a lot of things going on here. Oh, Mexico, Guatemala, that's words. Can't think of the words right now. I like Mexico. They have a lot of really cool mines and stuff in Mexico. I like the selenite. Turquoise down there, different stuff. Japanese glass. Hey, these are the little sticks of glass, and then they break them to make like bugles. Very fun. Okay, more on that later. Sorry, I was like, oh, I'm gonna look up this thing, and then got totally distracted. Lapis lazuli from Colorado, USA is also known to be a fairly good quantity, but regretfully the Colorado mines are closed. Nobody knew the Colorado deposit was there until 1940 when Gunnison miner prospected Carl Anderson discovered it was high in the mountains property. Yeah, well, this book was written in 1997, so they're, like, it's maybe not updated, but yeah, that's crazy. Like, as far as like I didn't know that about the Pakistan stuff. Very cool. Anyhow, you guys, this is what I'm doing with my morning. I'm just like, we gotta get going on this day. But thanks for hanging out with me and looking at my book and learning some stuff about things. I love to learn stuff about things, and I get excited about it, and then I'm just like, wait, what were we doing? Hi, thank you for subscribing. We appreciate you. But yeah, I got this meeting today. I'm super excited about it. I'm hoping to learn some cool things, see some cool things. Shannon's going to be here today, so if you guys need stuff, you can use the text number in the description to text us up. I did see a few people made some orders from the new website, which is fine. Just know that you're going to get separate shipping for the other website, the new website that we're working on. And I will be here tomorrow, which is Friday. I'm still all messed up with my days of the week. We'll be here tomorrow working on that little hangman guy that I showed you, the design from April Flowers. And what else? Not much else. I'm going to put the SKU list up. I got some videos and stuff to edit this weekend, and I'll put the SKU list up this weekend for the sale we're going to have on Monday. So we're back on track with the sale. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So I hope you're all having a wonderful, spectacular, amazing beading day. And if you're not, I hope you are now. And I would love to hear any fun facts or things and stuff that you would like to add to the Facebook group. Would be lovely. We love researching and whatnots, or what's on your mat today, hashtag what's on my mat. I hope you have a happy birthday, Bonnie. The big 8-3. I think there might have been another one too. Somebody said they had a happy birthday. It's a happy birthday to them. And I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.